relatively shorter. Of course, in absolute figures, this is much bigger than that face or skull, of course. But proportionally, it is much more reduced. So, our head in total, from top to chin, is somewhere, depends on the body height and the shape, is somewhere around 15 to 18% of total body height. No more. There it was 35. So you see the proportions have changed. And you see the length of the legs, they became very long in proportion. And this also shows that the proportions have changed. And why? You see more or less the ideal proportions of an adult male person. It would not be a big difference in length looking at a female person. A little bit, but not decisive. So at birth, you see, compared to the fetal period, already the proportion of the head is reduced, but still it is dominant. What does this show to you in terms of growth? It tells us that the head, and especially, look here, the skull develops and grows very, very early, very, very intensively. Whereas, especially the legs, they grow later. So, the conclusion is, our body does not grow direct proportionally in all parts of the body. That means the head does not grow to the same amount as do the legs at a certain time of our age. There are sometimes early times of our age where the head is growing very much and the legs only a little. And then this is followed by times where the legs are growing very much and the head is only growing a little or has already stopped growing. So growth is not taking place to an equal amount at every time of the growth period. It is the amount of growth is distributed and associated to certain periods of life. We can find an explanation for that phenomenon. The simple explanation is what is big in this fetus, or what he or she needs to survive. The brain and the internal organs. This is why the body is relatively big. It needs the heart, it needs the liver, it needs all of these organs, kidneys and so on, to survive, and it needs the brain. And the brain grows very early, and I showed to you yesterday with these preparated kids with holoprosencephalia that our skull is only a product of the growing brain. So, if the brain grows, the skull grows. And as the brain is growing very early, the skull must grow very early, and that also means what else must grow very early? The skull and the cranial base. So every skeletal structures which are closely related to the brain, they grow very early. But it also means, and this is of importance, very high clinical importance, this also means they stop early to grow. So we know that our skull and the anatomic cranial base stops growing somewhere between 8 and 10 years. And also the internal part of the skull, the external part of the skull keeps on growing. But the inner layer of the bone quits growing somewhere in between 8 and 10 years. What is the impact? The impact is quite clear. Most of your patients you treat have which age when you start treatment? 11, 12, 13, 14. Some earlier, but the majority of patients you start treating, they are 10, 11, 12, 13, roundabout. And that means the cranial base doesn't grow anymore, or only in 1/10 of percentage. But think about anatomy. Your face, especially the mid-face, is directly connected to skull and cranial base. And this gives us a very decisive information about at least the chance of acting orthopedically. We have to do that
before
early. If we talk about orthopedic treatment, we need both growth of the midface, growth of the mandible, and growth of the cranial base. Once cranial base has completed growth, we will see only dental-alveolar reactions, and if at all, very little orthopedic effects, whatever we do with this job. Yeah? Okay, so you see here, this shows you, this is supposed to give you information. How are proportions created and proportions change with age? And by looking at the proportions, we can estimate, and we do that every day. This is a child of 8, and this is a child of 11 years, and this is 4 years. So we do that by looking at the body height, of course, and we do that by looking at the proportions. Yeah? And they change due to the fact that different parts of our body grow with a different intensity during the growth period. And in total, grows very early. Okay?